Dogs, dog culture, and dog owners are Satan's minions, and why this is an important political and religious conversation. Okay, so what are Satan's minions? What are these little bastards? Okay, their antics with varying degrees of incompetence come across as humorous, even endearing, but it is not true in the spiritual realm when it comes to Satan and his minions. They are not cute and cuddly creatures for us to hug or celebrate. They are not laughable misfits to entertain us. They are not made up threats. Satan minions certainly are not pretend spirits that we can safely dismiss. Yeah, you cannot safely dismiss a dog. You're going to end up like either dead or severely injured. They are real, they are dangerous, and they can inflict deadly consequences if we ignore them. So, this really fits dogs and dog owners and dog culture in this modern dog worshipping time. Where we find dog worship, we find human sacrifice. Now, a lot of people are going to say, oh, dogs are just like angels, you know? They're the most helpless angels. Wrong. If anything, they are fallen angels. Fallen angels are those who rebelled against God and joined Lucifer to do all sorts of bad stuff against humans. So now let's go to our example. We have a woman that faces a long road to recovery following a graphic dog attack. Graphic? Wow. It's a lot more than graphic. It's actually very, very terrible. Watch this video in your own time. We'll just look at it quickly. So here is our dog owner right here. 4 pit bulls this guy has. Those pit bulls attempted to kill that woman, terrorized her, kidnapped her, and tortured her. And she had to be saved by her neighbor. Here's our young lady before encountering the minions and after encountering the minions. She is not looking very happy and she is severely injured. Here's our neighbor guy that saved the woman. He had to run over there with some mace and some other stuff and get the attack under control, which evidently he was able to do. Nice job. But he explains that these minions have caused problems in the neighborhood before. And now let's look at some political stuff here. Notice the color of this guy's skin. Okay? Notice the skin color of the kids in the neighborhood. Now, the reason I mentioned that is because if this was a swastika or a rebel flag or some other thing that they could label as racist, all of the politicians from miles and miles away would be swarming in to cry racist, to talk about how amazing they are at elevating black voices. Maybe Oprah Winfrey, maybe Joe Biden, maybe Kamala Harris, maybe like Al Sharpton. Some of these other people, I'm sure you guys know who I'm talking about, would just be all over this. However, it's a dog. A dog did something bad, so it's not really going to be that much of a story. All of the mainstream politicians, all of the mainstream Christians, they're not going to touch this because it's a dog. They allow their minion devil dogs to get away with anything. Not only do they allow the dogs to get away with anything, torture, murder, massive bloodshed, massive hospital time, coma, death, but if a dog gets slighted in even the most minor way, they will have several stories about it. One of the local mayors or some other person with a bit of political power will talk about it. There will be calls and demands to get this terrible supposed dog abuser fired from their job, thrown into jail, fined with hundreds and thousands of dollars. So, if this dog owner guy here, let's just say somebody saw him rough handling one of those pit bulls, or maybe he slapped one of those pit bulls in the face and they caught it on camera, this story would be pushed all over the country. Some mainstream Christian or politician or supposed animal abuse prevention agency would be all over this. But a human is tortured, killed, maimed, possibly going to die, going to have a life of stress and a life of drug use. That's another thing demons like to do, is have you use drugs so that your quality of life is low. If that happened with the dogs, they'd be all over it, but yet it happened with the young lady, and nothing. The guy still is in an apartment. He's not in jail. He's not being questioned. He doesn't even have to talk to the news people. He just closes his door and they go away. Just like this story and many, many others. No charges for owner of dogs that killed Modesto grandmother. She lived right next to some cane corsos, and the district attorney said, no, they're not going to charge her. 93 years old. Imagine living all that time and not getting to pass away peacefully, having to die from being chewed to bits by some nasty dogs that some jackass had to own. Minions. So the question that comes around a lot, well, why are these dog owners that get away with murder not in prison? Why are they just hanging out in their apartment? Because they are minions. They're devils. If they put those minions and devils in jail, that's going to be a little bit of tax dollars. But if they leave these minions out in society, guess what? They're going to constantly cause strife like this, which means the big government can raise your taxes, and so you can pay more and more. These minion devils are doing Satan's work, right? So to do Satan's work, they can't be in jail. They need to be out there causing strife. So the police department, the Humane Society, the ASPCA organizations, they can all collect more money from the public, raise the taxes, raise the budget every year because they need to, because they're dealing with more of these dog attacks. They have to raise the budget. So these dogs, these minions, are way more valuable to big government and other people like that just want to raise your taxes and take more from you. Putting them in jail, that's going to hurt their bottom line. Why would they want to put these dog owners in jail? They want them out in society owning these nasty dogs, causing all kinds of nasty problems, so that at the end of the day, people like this have to sit there on drugs, full of stress. Their families cannot go out and build wealth and build their own empire because they have to sit around and be sad and depressed and full of PTSD and full of drugs because of this. So the presence of dogs in society, it's like a route to evil. It's a route to big government. And it's like minions. They're just causing all these problems. And why would the devil want to put his minions in jail? That's why these dog owners are not in jail, because they're freaking minions, and the devil has his freaking hands around the throat of big government. So in my opinion, if you are a Christian and you promote this modern dog culture, or if you're a politician and you promote this modern dog culture, this is you right here. This is you. He who conceals his transgressions will not prosper, but he who confesses them will find compassion. If you're running around hiding the sins of these dogs, creating all this anti-human gossip about dog abuse, when somebody pushes a dog, kicks a dog, grabs a dog by the neck, yet you are allowing dogs to kill and maim your fellow humans while you turn a blind eye and let your minions run loose, then if you're a Christian, you need to go confess your sins. If you're a politician, you need to say sorry, and you need to start looking at these laws that favor dogs. Laws that favor dogs that kill and maim your constituents. So, politicians, Christians, where are you guys at on this? See you guys in the next one.